Teachers, week 23, plant parts, first grade. What we're going to do today is make a little collage of paper parts to make our plant diagram. I've assembled all the parts for you, so all the kids have to do is glue them, do some tearing, a little bit of cutting. So I'm going to show you my work table here and get started on it. Sorry, a little adjustment there. There you go. You know, the kids are just going to have to pick any color construction paper they can find. We all know it's hard just to find. This one I did on blue, but we can't just all pick blue because there's not that many pieces in a package. So what I have is my construction paper. I just took a piece of green paper and sliced me a stem off, and I'm going to glue that down. And I know kids and glue can be quite trying, but we're going to make it. We've got the big white tables to work on, so it's not all over your classroom. That stem's a little long, so I'm going to cut it off. Now I'm going to take my brown paper, and I've already torn some off to do that one. So I think this time I will just cut off me a piece of dirt here. So now I've got my jagged edge for my dirt, and it's going to go down here. And I know that I work a lot faster than the kids because I'm an adult, but just be patient. They can do it. Doesn't have to be perfect, but you know, you do need to be modeling this at the front of the room with them and walking around to help them. So there's my dirt. And I'm doing it quickly, so I kind of slid it off the paper. I gave first grade a little template background. I'm going to put it on the part that has the Sharpie drawing on it so that I don't see those black edges. And this is just going to be a big petal on my flower here. So there's my flower. And then they have a little cupcake holder. I've gone ahead and sliced this up, you know. There's a circle there. These little ruffled edges go to that circle. I don't suggest they cut every one, but if they want theirs to be real roughly, the more they cut, the roughlier it'll be. So I'm going to glue that on. And I'm going to put it right there in the middle of my pink petals. So what I have now is this. I have my soil, I have my stem, I have my petals. My green petal leaves for my flower, I made little templates for the kids to lay down and trace, and they can just cut them out very quickly. They don't have to be perfect as long as they understand their diagram. You know, that's going to be their leaves. Because what our whole objective here is, do the kids know the parts of the plant and the cycle that it's going to go through? That's what this activity is. So I'm going to put my leaves on the side of my stem, because those green leaves we know are real important because the sunshine helps them make food. For the sun, I took some tissue paper, which you'll have, and I just put a big glob of glue up here. And just so that they don't spend all their time making the sun, we're just going to stick that piece of tissue paper there, and there's our sun. Now the next part we're going to do is we're going to glue some seeds. Our flower's making some seeds, so I'm going to stick some sunflower seeds in here. And you'll probably have a variety of seeds in your lab, so whatever's available on the table for the kids. I'm also going to take a seed and plant it right here at the bottom of this flower so that they know that that flower grew from a seed. My roots. I have some crochet yarn here. I just kind of made a big loop of it. Nothing of this is real important on the length or how many they have. And I'm just going to cut those loops, and it's going to kind of be different lengths. And if they've ever pulled a plant up out of the ground, they know that these roots look like a bunch of hairy little white things. And I'm going to put me a glob of glue there and make me some little legs with my glue. And I'm going to just stick my string on there and kind of smooth it down. And yes, your kids are going to get all gluey, but you know it's all right. Now the only thing we're missing off this picture right here is some water. So you can see on the picture I made here, I just took glue and made dots. Then when I hung it, they ran and they look like rain. So we've got all the components for a good growing seed here. And that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to do the sun, hitting the seed, sprouting, gets a stem, leaves appear. Eventually you get a flower. It's going to make seeds, and the roots bring up the water. They have a little sheet on their table that they can use to label their picture with. They can take this back to the classroom if they need to. As they get through, they can start labeling. But they need the roots, the seed, the stem, the leaves, the petals, the sun, and the rain. And in their picture, they have a little bug, so I went ahead and put the word bug there. So I don't really want them writing on this sheet unless you want to. This will be your sheet to do what you want to with. But I would like this labeled. And if you don't have room to display these in the hall, we'll put them outside the science lab. So I really think once we get through, we'll have a really great looking garden out there. So that's our lesson for next week. You know, it takes a little while for our plants to get up so we can actually see something in the cups. So we're doing the parts of the plant while we're waiting on our plants to grow.